A covered call. You've maybe heard of it, or maybe you've invested in it or traded it at some point, and you know what it is. If you don't, it's long stock and a short out of the money call. That's a covered call, meaning you're short a call that has the possibility of being assigned, and you would deliver the long stock against it. So that's the nuts and bolts of it. And you're ready to do this. Why? Well, maybe you bought the stock at some point and you want to sell a call against it. Maybe it's part of a wheel strategy where you sold an out of the money put. That put was assigned, you bought stock, and now you want to sell a call against it. And well, how do you do it? Because if you're looking at an option chain, there's a dozen different expirations. There's dozens of individual strike prices, each with a call in it. Which one do you choose? Well, before we get into that, and I'm going to give you a couple of tips about that, but the first thing to remember is selling a call is all about reducing the cost basis of your stock. Okay? You've heard other descriptions of the covered call, maybe, well, it's an income strategy or it's a hedge. I don't like to think of it in those terms. As a trader, and what I would maybe suggest to you is you think about it as a way to reduce the cost basis of your long stock. What does that do? Well, the cheaper your cost, reducing the cost basis means the cost of your stock, the price you paid for the stock in net terms is lower, which means your risk is actually lower and the potential profit is a little bit higher. Okay, so those are good things. So how do you actually go about picking a call to sell? Okay, well, one of the things the first thing that I look at is I'll go out to an expiration maybe between 30 and 45 or 50 days to expiration, so with 45 days to go. So I would consider looking at these options on General Motors just as an example. I would maybe open up the 32 days or I'd go out to 39 days. I'm going to check the liquidity on here. Not bad. And again, considering that I'm going to be trading this, I want these options to be liquid. These weekly options aren't particularly liquid, wide bid-ask spreads. I don't like those so much. I'm going to go in here in 32 days, a little bit tighter, a little bit more activity in here. I'm going to look at the 32-day options. Okay, that's the trading part of it. So I want to sell a liquid call. Okay, something that I can execute efficiently. The second point I'm going to look at is how far out of the money do I want that? Keep in mind that if the stock is right now $75.88, see that right there. If it goes up 5%, what's 5% of that? I don't know, maybe about $3.50. Let's just kind of round up to $4, let's just say. That would take it from 75 or 76 up to 80, okay? And that's just a real quick estimate of a potential return. What does that mean? Well, if the stock goes from 76 up to 80, I'd get about a 4%, or excuse me, about a 5% return just on the stock. If I long the stock at 75.93 and I sell it because my call is assigned, that's a decent return on the long stock. Okay? Maybe you want 10%. It's going to be about, what, $8 on top of that? So maybe the 77 strike. No, actually, no. Sorry, the 83 strike. The 83 strikes up here. If the stock rallied up that far before it was signed, I don't know, about 10%, something like that. So the point I'm getting at is where you place it is going to determine roughly what the max return is on the long stock. That's the first part of it. The second part of it is how much does that short call reduce your cost basis? Let's go back to these 80s, okay, these 80 calls. If I sell these, 201 bid, 215. If I sell this in the midpoint about 207 or so, let's do the math. I'm going to take the price of the call, 207, and divide it by the stock price, divided by 75.89. 75.89, that gets me 2.7%. So what I'm doing is, if the stock just sits there at 75.89, if the stock goes up a little bit, if the stock goes down, and I collect that $2.07, I've reduced my cost basis, the cost basis of that long stock position, by 2.7%. If I look at these 83s, I don't know, it's going to be less. It's probably going to be about less than 2%, okay? So it's the choice that you have to make is, how much do I want to reduce my cost basis by, and how much room do I want to give my long stock for potential profit before the short call cuts the profit off, okay? So as a place to start, I would look at 5% out of the money, just as a place to start. 5% out of the money, and maybe a 2% reduction in the cost basis, something like that. It's going to depend on the volatility of the options, how many days to expiration there are. But something like the 80 call is a good candidate for a covered call position, in my opinion. Now, you can choose whichever one you want. You have to make that decision as a trader. Do I want to really reduce my cost basis? Maybe I'll sell it closer to the money option, so maybe the 78s or the 77s even. I want to get out of the stock price, the stock position. Okay, fine. I'm happy with $1.13 of potential profit on that stock, and I'll sell the 77 call. Maybe I want more room, and I'll sell the 85 call. Maybe I think the stock's going to rally up $10. Okay, that's the choice you have to make as a trader. There's no best here, but as a suggestion, pick something that has between 30 and 50 days to expiration, an expiration that has that many days, something that's liquid, relatively tight bid-ask spreads and some decent open interest, and that reduces your cost basis by a sufficient amount versus the potential profit you'll have if the stock price rallies up to your short strike. So hopefully that narrows it down from dozens and dozens of choices to maybe 2 or 3. And as a trader, you pick the one of those 3 or 4 possibilities that best suits your outlook for the stock, etc. Now, none of this is a trade recommendation. Whether you trade covered calls or the wheel strategy or whatever is up to you. And if you do, please do not take any more risk than you are comfortable with.